All right, so welcome to episode 2 of the podcast, or at least one of the early episodes of this podcast. I'm your host, Matt Lucas. This is Talk to Me, and today I've got a new guest with me.
What's good, G?
Before we start, I'm gonna say thank you to a few sponsors. I think that's gonna be a thing now, because I did it in the first one. So I want to say thank you to, who will I say thank you to first? Say thank you to Nocco BCA, for helping me out and sending me some cans. They're BCA infused energy drinks, so they've got leucine, valine and isoleucine, all that good stuff. They come in loads of flavors. Tropical is the best one, and I'm always feeding them to different people, such as Patryk and my friends.
And the cats. The cats love it.
So if you're interested in checking that out, I think they sell them in most gyms and a couple of stores like Super Value and Centra and places like that around the country. And if you're listening to this abroad, if you're in Europe, they definitely sell them in a lot of shops and places like that as well. But I don't have a discount code because, you buy them in shops, and what can you do? So thanks to Nocco, and let's get into it. This is Patryk Balecki.
What's good, G, again?
I think most of you guys who watch my videos or follow me on Instagram know about Broadback Balecki here.
I'm the guy in the background, the small fella. It's okay.
Yeah.
The small fella in the background.
He's the guy who takes the photos. But yeah, if you don't know who he is, I'll put his name and his link to his Instagram on his face or something. Right. So yeah.
My big chest.
Yeah. So click that, and you can follow that link to him.
Yeah.
And comment something funny under his photo or something. Call him small.
Call me big.
So,
call me daddy.
Don't do that. Put your mic a little closer to you.
Okay.
Or just speak closer to you. Yeah. Anyways.
Closer to me.
Anyways, we got a new setup in the studio. We got a screen up here. Got a 42-inch plasma, Sony Bravia, nice 2007 edition.
Yeah.
So we can look up stuff and
Smart TV.
react to things. And yeah, it's just an interesting new feature for the podcast, so I'm excited about that.
The two boys just chilling.
Just chilling. We haven't really got a plan for this podcast either, so we're just going to shoot the shit, talk about whatever. And I'm guessing that most of you who are listening will want to hear us talk a bit about the gym.
Small bit.
A little bit. Because we are in fact training after this. But yeah, Patryk is Polish, if you didn't guess already. So he's a big boy.
He's a big Polish boy. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
So yeah, we've both been training for
5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
Pretty much since we're in school.
Yeah.
We've been friends since
fifth year, so
yeah.
Fifth year, so was that 5 years?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So literally the whole time we've known each other.
Yeah.
We started training.
Yeah.
At the very beginning, and yeah, we've been training ever since.
Yeah. Fun starts, right?
And all the experimenting.
Small weights and lettuce.
Yeah. So funny story. We tried all of the techniques in the book to get big or get shredded. Because back then we just wanted to be lean and six pack. You know how it is when you're starting off. So we remember a time we did paleo.
Yeah.
And
lettuce, chicken,
and fucking
beans,
beans and lentils.
Yeah.
And man, that was a bad experiment.
Don't do it. It doesn't work.
I ended up losing weight, but not losing fat. It was weird.
You're losing muscle.
Yeah, losing muscle
and weight.
So back then we were training I started off training 1 day a week on Friday, because then he's let young ones young kids into the gym. So it was the only place that let people under 18 to train. So we went there on Fridays. I remember did that for a while, and then we started going a couple of days a week. Yeah, a couple of nights a week.
My first introduction to the gym was Denny's as well.
Yeah.
But after like a few months there, I decided to leave as I was being intimidated by all the big boys. Me being the small, scrawny fella, I could barely even like press 10 kg dumbbells. After a few months there, I just felt like I should go to a smaller gym. It was a hotel gym in Ballincollig.
I remember you trained there for a while.
And at the time I was well into swimming as well, so yeah.
Oh shit, yeah.
A few months went past. A little bit of weight gain happened. A little bit of gain.
Until you got the courage to come back to Denny's, a bigger boy.
I made a big comeback to Denny's and
big comeback. Like 3 months later.
Here I am, the biggest person there. Thank you.
5 years later.
5 years later.
Yeah, all thanks to the Oriel gym.
Yeah. If you're ever looking for serious gains or
I remember I trained there a couple of times. And it was really expensive to get in just for like a once off.
Yeah, it's like €10
for considering what it is. Like it's a very small gym.
Well, the gym has gone better. There's no ad though.
This ain't no promotion. Unless you're interested in paying me. But yeah.
Their entry's 10, but if you give me 15, I'll get you.
So going on with the evolution of our like gym journey, when was it, do you think? I can't remember when it was that we started or discovered like If It Fits Your Macros and like flexible dieting.
My beginning with like If It Fits Your Macros was through probably YouTube, through like Matt Ogus. So that was probably like 3-4 years ago. It's probably after like a year now, a year and a half probably after training.
I think so, yeah.
Where Matt Ogus was probably big on YouTube at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was
and
probably
people
my first
like
introduction to it.
what's his name? Chris Jones. He was also like a big one for that.
Yeah, and Chris Jones, yeah, definitely.
And
Vince G. Swolner.
Where is that
rest
dude?
in peace.
R.I.P. Vince G.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like literally the first thing I recommend to people when they message me saying like, oh, what's your like advice on bodybuilding? I literally just say count your calories.
Yeah.
Because it gives you such, like, even if you don't continue to do it forever, it gives you such a good idea of like how your body reacts to a certain amount of food and protein and all these different things.
No, but even after training 5 years now, there's a big difference where you're strict with your diet and you actually pay attention to everything you eat, weigh it out, weigh yourself every day and actually just track everything, especially tracking your training and just literally having everything written down makes a huge difference to your physique. And even now, when I was bulking and tracking everything, I was able to stay lean and build muscle.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, when people do approach to bulking where they eat whatever they want and
just
hope for the best, you just get fat.
Yeah.
And your gains really aren't maximised.
But also comes along with, like, the fact that we've been training for a few years, it's easier to stay a bit leaner.
Yeah.
Because we have a bit more muscle.
Yeah.
But you can still do that from the very beginning. You can still not gain ridiculous fat.
It's your best option. Like, if you're not doing that, you're kind of wasting your time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's if you're serious about it. If you're just doing it for, like, training to stay kind of fit and healthy in a way, and to do whatever in your other time, then you don't really need to do it. But
it's about maximising. Like,
yeah. Depending what is your goal as well.
Yeah. But a lot of people are intimidated by like counting calories because they have no idea like what that really means or what it actually entails.
Oh, the amount of people I've came across that would come up to me and just basically think it's like this big wizardry,
like you're a lunatic, like
to count, like weigh out your food and then put it into like MyFitnessPal. They just can't,
because they don't see the connection between like a number and a piece of food.
Yeah,
do you know, like a chicken breast is like numbers to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then again, like I'd say for us, it's just like we know it so long that like we just look at food as grams and like macros and stuff like that. That's what we do. Actually. Whereas like other people just look at a chicken, it's a chicken breast, like, you know, but. And after all the time of doing it as well, like you just kind of like you're used to waiting it all out and stuff, whereas like other people just don't understand.
Yeah, it takes so much more effort for someone to start doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have that like that urge to like maximize your progress, it'll be exciting to like start weighing your food. Like I remember when I started, I wasn't like, oh, this is such a trek, you know. I was like, oh, I can't, like I really want to do this. It wasn't a big deal. Like I wanted to do it.
The best option is to just set a goal for yourself. If you're really serious about the gym, your best option is to set a goal and really just try your best to learn how to do it, how to do fit your macros, or just basically just tracking your food, because
it's not that difficult. It's not complicated. It's not as complicated as people. It's not complicated at all, but people think it is.
Yeah. No, just you got to do it.
Yeah. Like energy balance is something people don't understand. You know, just like calories in versus calories out. Your body, like I still get questions from people who I've responded to in the past, like explaining it to them. They still don't understand, like, oh, like, should I be eating this much calories or this many calories if I want to gain? And I'm like, well, what are your maintenance calories? And they're like, what are maintenance calories?
I've had actually, like,
you know,
people approach me that I know personally saying like, oh, will you just let me know what you eat on a day-to-day basis, and so I could eat the same thing, and like hoping to look like me, even though I don't have the best physique going or nothing, but
people want to know what you're doing.
People want to copy you, even though it's just not going to happen that way.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
So
it's a numbers thing, and everybody's body takes different numbers, basically.
Even thinking about it now, if you're like, I say maybe you're just not bothered of like researching into it yourself and like.
It's easier now than ever. Like.
It is easy, but if you're still not bothered, you can always hire someone for even like first 6 weeks, just to like coach you through it and teach you.
And if they're good enough, they will teach you properly, like to do it.
Like, but you know where you're like looking at people, you know who will be good, who won't be.
Yeah.
And just allow them to like coach you for like 6 weeks, just so you can get a hang of it, and someone actually telling you day to day what to do.
Yeah, definitely.
And once you get that done, after you can just leave them and do your own thing. But there's always an option like that.
Imagine if we, like, the first month that we started going to the gym, we found somebody that told us all the way we know now.
Having someone, like, literally from the first day of, like, you're going to the gym, tell you what to do, how to train, how to eat, how to, like, weigh it out, like, how everything works. If I had that, like, I'd say my first, like, year and a half, or maybe even 2 years, it was just kind of, like, showing up and, like, hoping for the best, like, lifting the weights. There's, like, for me now, I have probably, like, many muscle imbalances now that I'm trying to, like, catch up on and actually fill them up, just because of, like, my first year and a half of training where I was just going in, doing a bit of biceps and triceps, chest, and probably never did legs, and, like, stuff like rear delts, traps were just skipped just out of stupidity and stuff. So
that's the same with me, like. And even though we've only been training for, like, 5 years, a lot has, like grown in the area of, like, all this knowledge in 5 years that we've been training. So, like, you could start now and, like, know everything you need to know, especially if you got someone to teach you straight off the bat. But, like, back 5 years ago when we started and we were in school, like, it's really not that long ago, but we wouldn't have had as much information as there is now. Like,
oh yeah, exactly. Like,
and think 10 years before that, like, the people who were starting if it fits your macros, like,
bring up the same thing, like,
they literally pioneered it.
Like, we're saying when we were, like, starting off, like, there's not much, but there was more information.
I'm pretty sure we were the only people, like, in Munster who were counting what they ate. Like, like, that might be a bit obnoxious to say, but there were very few people, like, doing what we were doing. Like,
5th year while you're like 17
years old and literally counting while you're eating. Like, everyone else is like, everyone else is getting like wedge rolls and duns, like,
or you fucking like in the canteen getting like a fucking shit, like a sausage roll with a bit of ketchup in it, like, as we're there eating lettuce with chicken.
It's ironic how the same people are like asking how we do it now. Like.
And after a few years later, you just like you may have even been laughed at then, and now you have people looking for.
I'm sure we were, man. I'm sure there were people think we were weirdos.
We're still are. Probably even weirder than before.
It's
more
amplified.
Acceptable. More acceptable to be weird now, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's interesting though. Definitely, like, to anybody starting, because it's the start of the year now. If anybody wants to, like, actually progress and not just spin their tires, like, research the stuff yourself or find somebody that is knowledgeable
and capable of helping,
because there's so much information out there. There's no reason why you shouldn't, like, absorb it all and use it, basically. Like,
it just all goes down to being like what you want to do with it, because there's a lot of people that like say they want to do many things and I want to look like this, I want this and that, but like
they don't actually take
like
steps.
Finding a guy or a girl that has like an amazing physique on Instagram saying I want to look like that is not good enough a goal or like something to push you to do all the things, because if you want to look like that, going down deep into diet and training, it really can take your life away in a sense. If you like depends what like how like serious you want to be about it. So
like when we dieted down there last summer, there was a point where I got to like the best condition I was at, and my head was in such a different place than it is now. But because I went through that, I have such a better like view on bodybuilding and like what and your life now, just everything, just like a way more balanced like approach to it.
When you go through a stage in diet where you're thinking of your next meal after you've just eaten,
exactly, like when am I going to get to eat next?
That's where it gets deep, and then you understand that like
let me pull
there's
a
lot more to life than like,
let me pull a picture of you when you were absolutely diced. Like this was your version of what I went through, like
that was at the same time me and Matt dieted, and that's probably like the leanest we ever were. And
but like
it was how many weeks, like 18 weeks or more.
I think we both did over 20 weeks.
Over
24
like 20
weeks or something.
weeks of just constant, where towards the end you just feel like you're like binge eating. There's days where we just like,
but that's we took it a little bit too far. But we really, but I'm glad that we did that, because I learned so much from
us
that.
Being kind of like not, I don't know how to say.
We just really wanted to take it to the next level, and like.
But we weren't at the stage of being that advanced to control it in a way. Whereas we've probably like we're cutting down too like aggressively and stuff, like putting I don't know, cardio too much. We were trying to do too much work for what we were getting back out of it. You know?
I think so.
We were just overdoing it at the time. So then it gets to a point.
But that's
where,
because we were aiming for a level of conditioning that only comes after like a couple of times of shredding, over 5 or 6 years. Like that was our very first time shredding, and we got so close to like where we wanted to be.
Obviously the muscle size wasn't properly there, but
you know, the next time
the conditioning was
like we know that the next time we go back and do something like that, like we'll get to a leaner state with less effort.
Having that extra muscle there is gonna make you look that much leaner the earlier in the stage of the cut.
I remember how like satisfied we felt with like what we were doing.
From day to day, where you can like see a little bit of veins going up your abs, and like
every day you wake up a little bit leaner. Like
look at these.
Literally.
Just the proudest moments of your week. Like
But that hyper focus is like something that very few people who do like bodybuilding in a general sense, not like competitive or anything, like very few people get to that stage of like hyper focus like we did. You know,
especially at the age we were.
Especially at that age.
I was 19. You were like 20.
I think I was 20 or 21.
20, and I was 19, and just. At that age, it was like
fair play to us.
Lads our age just not do that. Not many.
That level of like commitment is just.
But then that just goes down to like what you want to do in life, what's your hobbies, what's your interests and stuff like that. But like it's just doing something like that at that age is just
not to toot our own horns, but it literally changes you like as a person.
Yeah, not to say we're the greatest or we're the best here,
but it does affect like the way you.
But once you've went through something like that, you know it's not easy, and I take it as like,
towards the end of it, the like food focus that I had and the bad, like I developed a bad relationship with food. And like at the time it was really bad, and like I binged a load, but I'm glad that I went through it, because now like I know what it's like to have no control over your food.
Oh yeah,
you know, and the next time
you will not allow yourself to
it just won't happen. Like,
once you get through a deep stage in that diet where you're like just thinking about food, then you fall into a different kind of stage where you're just kind of like
psychologically very draining.
Eating, whereas like when you were strictly eating, like it's not good. It's really like just mentally like
it's torture. Like almost.
It actually is like.
But we did push it further than like what our stage of bodybuilding would allow.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
and our
Like,
experience. Like,
yeah,
we
like,
really just.
we could have stopped earlier.
Yeah.
Like, but either way, we've been through it and we've learned a lot. So I
Yeah.
definitely like not regret it at all.
Yeah, it was a great lesson. Like,
Yeah. Plus, I got loads of followers for being shredded. The next time it'll be
always
more.
a good plus. Yeah.
All right, we had a little technical difficulties, but it's time for an advertisement anyway. So, thanks to Transpire Clothing for always hooking me up with some nice gear. Got some stuff here. They do clothing, obviously. Nice t-shirts. I wear them all the time. Really nice fitted stuff. If you're into lifting, they're very aesthetic. If not, they're very aesthetic anyway. Here's their newest like logo t-shirt. I wear this all the time. I've got two like other ones here. Haven't opened. They do loads of different colors, and they have like a fishtail version, scoop tail or scoop bottom version, all different types. And they do hoodies, which are like the best hoodies I've ever worn. And recently they sent me this cap, very stylish. Been wearing that for a while. I won't wear it today because I've got the gel in the hair. But anyways, shout out to them, and also shout out. Oh, wait. There's a discount code for that. So, Matt20 gets you 20% off discount on transpireclothing.co.uk. So if you want to dress like me, get yourself on those discount codes. And last sponsor, I want to say thank you to Swole Panda. My next sponsor, make very nice bamboo things. I haven't worn these yet if you want to feel how soft these are. Very soft.
Very soft.
They do socks for like kind of fancy night out socks, which are very nice.
Actually, very nice socks.
Yeah, they are.
I agree.
And I got some scarves from them, which are super long and super soft. And honestly, I said this in the last podcast, I had no idea you could make things out of bamboo like this. It makes no sense to me. Like, I don't understand it, but they're very nice. Feel that, like, that's so soft.
No.
They do t-shirts.
Really good quality.
And socks and sunglasses. They sent me sunglasses as well, which are in the car, so you just have to take my word for that. But Matt15, I got that wrong the last time. Matt15 gets you discount on Swole Panda, and what's even better about it is that they donate part of their proceeds to Saving Giant Pandas. So be sound, save a panda. And we're back. Is that recording? We're recording. We're live. We're back again. Talking about avocados.
Satisfying avocado.
Did you see? Did you hear that there's like this new thing that people are coming to the hospitals with all the time called avocado hand, because they're cutting avocados because they're getting so popular now. Loads of people are turning up in the ER with like sliced through their like thumbs like there, because they're cutting the avocado with a knife and just going like, so yeah. Be careful out there, kids. If you want to be on that Fit Fam hype, just be careful with those avocados.
If you don't want to die, don't eat avocado.
Exactly.
Eat some strawberries.
Yeah, there's other foods you can get your healthy fats from. You can get them from nuts.
Like strawberries.
Strawberries, yeah. Anyways,
covered in peanut butter.
yeah.
Who eats that? I don't. Make it apples.
Fun fact, strawberries aren't actually berries.
Yeah.
They're something else.
They're tomatoes.
That's what they are.
Yes.
No, actually, I remember seeing this somewhere. I'm going to look it up.
Strawberries are not real.
Strawberries are very much real, but they're not berries. Strawberries and raspberries aren't really berries in the botanical sense. They are aggregate fruit because they don't stem from one flower. So
okay,
there you go. They're fruit. They're fruit. Well, berries are fruit, but like
right under that it says bananas are berries. So
I don't know what to trust anymore. I think this whole thing has been a lie.
Yeah, who wrote that?
Let me see about this bananas situation. Who knows?
Yeah,
I'll take their word for it. Bananas are not, or bananas are berries.
Bananas are not bananas.
Bananas are bananas. So this is the plan for the rest of the podcast. We're gonna look up things that we don't believe and then just accept them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really liking the setup that we can look at things on online at the same time.
The big screen IMAX.
Let me
You
show.
can't see it, but the screen.
You can't.
Is big.
I will.
It's
I
a
will.
big screen.
Yeah. I'll show you what we're watching, but I have to show you this. Like I can't remember what it's called, but like this guy does a BMX like in like a skateboarding pool or whatever they call it, and he goes right up, and he nearly like impales himself. I'll show you.
Oh. BMX near dead.
On fence or something. It's like he nearly impales himself on a fence. Oh, this is it, I think.
Ooh.
Oh,
fucking hell.
God damn.
How does he miss
How
it?
what I want to know is how do they have two camera angles? They set this up on the outside as well.
Yeah, but
as if like he was aiming to get over the fence, maybe?
Yeah, he was aiming to get over the fence and actually not try and die. Like, Jesus Christ, he just sits on the fence then. That is so close.
Okay, I get it now. The first time I watched it, I didn't know if he was like why was there a camera on the outside
it's
of the
like
fence?
set up or something. Like, no, they're just trying to get
Jesus,
his,
I need a close up on this. How close is he actually to like? Oh, his legs are between them.
As in, like his legs just literally fit in between the fence, and like he's just chilling there, and nearly fucking like spiked his head.
And the bike is on the other side.
Wow.
That guy,
man.
If I was him, I'd be like very careful with the rest of my life.
On that, like,
does
that just change your life when you end up working in a fruit shop? Like,
yeah, I'm done.
I'm done.
I don't want to cycle anymore.
Yeah, I'll walk.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Fuck.
Have you ever had like any near misses with anything?
Actually, I nearly like lost an eye from a bike handle when I was like.
What?
I still have like a mark over my eye here. Like literally,
Jesus.
like I was going like cycling down like hills with the friends back in Poland when I was younger.
Yeah.
And literally went off a hill where there was like I don't know, like a 10 feet drop or more. What? And the bike like smashed off the fucking ground. I fall off, hit the handlebar and just misses my eye.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I could have been blind on one eye by now, but God is good.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord for my eye.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I had any like close misses like that.
That was one of them.
You're more than one.
I'm trying to think. The bike, the cycling.
I don't think I have any.
Probably like.
I've had a very sheltered childhood. I've never been in danger in my life.
No, that was like a really, really like.
I've had a lot of situations like driving where somebody does something retarded. Do you know, someone goes through a red light and you're going like full speed and you're like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah. No, I don't think I ever was in any car crash or anything like that either.
No. Luckily, thank God.
I remember having like a bad experience in being like really young now, like I don't know, 7 years old or something. When you're out and like with the cousins, like out in the water park or something, and they just like fight you, like you're kind of under the water for a bit too long. And it's like it gets to a point where it's like, yeah, good joke, but I nearly died. Like, yeah.
Some banter with the fam, like, nearly died. Probably lost a few brain cells.
Yeah. That's why I'm a bit weird now.
Ever since that day.
Yeah. But apart from the bike one, I don't think there's any like that serious.
Oh, will you tell the story? I don't know if it's the right time of day for this, but
I don't know. You bring it up.
Do you remember that story with the dolls?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that story? We don't want to bring that up now.
I don't know if we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, porcelain dolls.
Maybe
the next podcast.
Maybe next podcast where it gets kind of deep.
And we'll do it in the dark as well.
Once I start talking about like scary stuff, it doesn't stop.
We'll be here for hours.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's go on to another topic. What's your plan for the next like 6 months, like say for bodybuilding and like social media and whatnot?
Okay, so.
Let me get my notepad.
No, since getting back after a 4-month break last year, getting back to the gym end of September, my plan was to start prepping for a competition that I did last year, the RBBF Spring Classic, but last 2 weeks, a lot has happened in my life. And my whole outlook has changed as well. So
the important thing is you've made some gains since you got back.
yeah, those 15 weeks where just a lot of work was put in, and
just
a
before
lot of
prep.
messy memories.
Just before prep, you just like, nah.
Yeah, no, I don't know, you can never tell what life's going to bring to you, and like, Joe, today I could be in the gym, tomorrow I could be dead, you know.
Yeah.
No, but just that's how life is.
But you're gonna take like a completely different approach now, or you're gonna continue to like.
I just go with what life brings to me, but now I definitely want to just still diet, train hard, and obviously try to be more active. Recently, the past week or two, I've been more active on Instagram and trying to keep that up.
So go
keep
follow
the posts going. Hopefully, go follow me at Patryk Balecki. Thank you very much. Leave a comment. And now I'm just gonna try and like do my thing, just post and go with the flow, see what happens. I definitely train. I definitely want to like improve my physique and do the best I can to like year in year out just keep looking better, you know. And like I want to just look better at the end of this year and a lot leaner.
We should do, because I'm not planning on competing this year either. Maybe in the future people keep asking me like when I'm competing, but I really don't have any like immediate plans. But we should do like a cut like we did 2 years ago or whenever it was, like 18 months ago.
For the summer definitely.
Because like it's kind of just more fun.
Yeah.
If you have no deadline.
Yeah, having a deadline can be motivating. Influence you to push yourself that much harder and like.
Yeah. And we can set a deadline, but it's not like stepping on stage. Yeah. I think the problem.
No, I'd say having a deadline is good in a way, because like you know how like flexible you can be with it. Yeah. Because obviously going for a competition and
there's no flexibility.
Cutting for that, there's no flexibility whatsoever. You can't be like, oh, I'll take this week easy and go out with the friends once or twice. Or enjoy food with like Joe.
And that's what it is at the end of the day. It's like balance is what we want.
Yeah, you need to have balance, and like really, like just last 2 weeks make you think that like, if you want to compete, you really have to love it. You like it's you can't just like it. You have to love it. You have to like
competing. That is like not just training.
No, not training. Just actually competing and actually trying to like achieve something. Because like there's one thing competing for is showing up and like just showing up and like not placing. And there's one thing like I as a person don't want to do something and not be good at it. Like being that like small bit of a perfectionist I am. That like. If I want to do something, I need to put everything to it, and like if I know that like in that time I won't be able to give it all and try and achieve the best I can, then like I won't do it, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense. And I think the way we've been going about our training and dieting and getting lean when we want to, I think that's like a really good approach, to be honest, because we're doing it for ourselves at the end of the day. And I'm not doing it to like go down to my neighbour's house who trains and go like, my physique is better than yours. Like I really don't care. Like I really don't care. No, like stepping on stages, that's what you're doing.
That's what you're doing. That is exactly it. And really like,
there's no balance in competing.
There really
you just throw out the rest of your life for 18 weeks or more.
Not even that, but like let's say like.
And you are putting yourself against other people, like in a very like objective sense. Like you look better than that person, and that's what your value is. Like you're valued based on how you look, and that's just not really how I like perceive bodybuilding. That's not what it's about, like for me.
Yeah, I just think that like competing can take a lot away from your like day-to-day life. Whereas like if you like competing now, if you want to go up and achieve something, you can't just compete once a year and do that like say 18-week cut or like
season
prep. You will actually literally have to compete like 4 or 5 times, make an impact, get all the like placings, right placing. Like if you want to achieve something from like, because like if you look at people like Jeremy Bonilla and stuff, he just like competes once a year now because he's the best.
That's all he needs to do.
So he can just prep for like 20 weeks or whatever he does prep, or 12 weeks he probably preps for 12 weeks prep for Olympia, win it again, and then the rest of the month he can just train. Obviously
Because-
he trains hard, and obviously he puts in all the work, but like after Olympia he has all that free time to do whatever he wants with his life, go travel, do everything else, you know. Whereas like other people have to put in a lot of hard work to even like
To get
go
there,
and to get even to the Olympia.
Yeah.
So how many shows they have to do to like win one of them, to get their like, you know, feet on that stage.
Because he's going to qualify for the Olympia every year from now until he finishes, basically.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to do all those steps to get there anymore. Like he did those steps. He did all those NPC qualifying and FBB and whatnot.
You have to love it to do it. So you can't just like it or want to be there.
You have to go through the grind.
Love it and be like dedicated enough to like give up a lot of things. Like, so there isn't like, if you're like going for a competition, you can just be like, oh, I'm gonna take a week out here, or like, you know.
Not like when you do it yourself for yourself. Like,
when you're doing for yourself, you have like, oh, I can just take a week out. I'll just like, won't have to be more aggressive with the cutter, and you'll just enjoy my time. Or if you want to go travel, like I say, like if you're competing, like you probably could go on a trip and stuff, but like it's gonna affect you. You're not gonna like look your best. You're not gonna probably win the show.
And
if
your
you're gonna go
would be
traveling before your
like,
competition, So when you're on your holiday, you can enjoy yourself. You can go out for drinks. You can have food. You can you know. So what? You're just going just to go because I can do it, but in the end it's just going to affect you terribly.
Away from it. So
really, if you want to compete, you just have to put it all
that's
like everything aside and
give
it all, and just like aim for that and nothing else, which just really takes away
I'm
from
not about that life.
Yeah,
to be honest.
And I'm not either, and I realised that recently. There's plenty more other things.
And it's not like you were prepping and you realised, this is too hard. It's more the way you're approaching your life.
Just as you like, I'm still young. What am I, like 21 years old, going on 22, and just like life just like from day to day is a lot different. You learn like a lot at this age, and like as you grow up you just learn, you change as a person, and like one
things
thing
that
I know
obviously
like,
one day aren't the next.
But like obviously things like fitness and stuff, that will always stay my life. I will always train. I'll always try to like progress my physique and everything, but like at times you have times where like, I love to do this and stuff, and I had that where it's like, I want to compete, like it's something I like, but it was just me more trying push myself to do something and try find myself in and be like, I love this, where it was just I didn't love it, I just wanted to do it because I tried to like put my like time somewhere and into something.
Well, now you know, like.
Yeah, now I know that is not for me. I'm sorry.
But that's as good as winning the show. You know now. Like,
that I can like put my time and my like show
in something else.
In something else.
So interesting.
Deep chats with Patryk and Matt. Trust me, they get way deeper.
This is just the surface. We're barely scratching. But something very annoying happened to my Instagram account recently, and we were just talking about it earlier. I got shadow banned, which basically means my posts, when I accompany them with hashtags, the posts don't get pushed in front of people who aren't following me. So only my followers will see my posts, and anybody else will not. So basically, growth is just not going to happen. I heard that apparently if you stop using the hashtags that are like triggering the algorithm to like push you away, to stop using those hashtags for a while, and like apparently people are saying 2 to 3 weeks of like just either stopping posting or not using the hashtags, and then like it starts to come back, your page starts popping up in front of people's Explore. Because if you're not showing up in people's Explore, you're just not going to get anywhere. Like, because not all your followers are going to be active all the time.
Yeah, but even having a chat like we had earlier about this, obviously not on camera, maybe even hashtags aren't even that like,
they're not that important.
They're not even that important to have them there, because like, to think myself, I don't think like once I have went like on like every day that I go onto Instagram that many
search
times,
a hashtag to see
I don't
something,
think I once during the day go in and search some random hashtag to find something. There's at times where I was like shopping for a camera, then I would have like tried and find like try to find the hashtags for that camera, see what kind of pictures it takes and stuff like that. But I wouldn't be going into my Instagram and typing in like
shredded
bodybuilding or hashtag shredder or hashtag like teenage bodybuilding, that kind of like hashtags you'd be putting into it, or like aesthetics or motivation. Like you don't go in and put motivation to your hashtags.
But besides then like searching for hashtags, it's like you don't show up on people's Explore. And the Explore is based on the photos that you've liked in the past.
Yeah.
And they base the photos you've liked on from the past on the hashtags that are accompanying them, I think.
Yeah.
So like your photo, even if it has the same like hashtags as the photos you've been liking in the past, your photo won't come up in front of them. You know what I mean?
Okay, but that's when you get banned.
Yeah, when I'm shadow banned, like
yeah. Yeah, but you can see from all the big pages they don't use hashtags and they always pop up.
Yeah.
So
when you get big enough, I suppose.
Yeah.
Your fans spread your name and you just show up.
Yeah.
The more likes you get, the more you show up. It's interesting. But yeah, Instagram's a funny game, and that's all it is really. It's a game.
Yeah, it's a game, but at the same time, it's a big money-making machine. Like both for
machine.
Like the owners of Instagram and people on it.
For myself.
People, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I can't really speak on it much. But
you've seen it firsthand, like
yeah, I can see it all from your point of view,
like.
But myself, I'm just still a little bit growing. Not
for long. If all of you guys who are watching this, go and follow him right now.
Right now.
On
Maybe
Instagram.
One day I will
like
make
his photo.
It.
Comment, say, you gon' make it.
You gon' make it.
You gon' make it.
Yeah. No, but...
yeah. No, I have nothing against Instagram. Because it's like, look what it's done for me. Like I can do all these things because of it. Like
yeah, exactly.
You know?
It is, I have nothing wrong against it either. It's a really, really it's just great thing.
You have to play to what? Like you have to play the game to do well in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you want to do well on it, you have to kind of treat it like a job in a way. Like you know, because you have to you can see that the more active you are, the more you gain from it. So like posting once a day is doing a lot, but posting twice a day is going to do you that much more. You know, and. Yeah. You have to just do isn't if you're
you gotta do what you gotta do to grow. There's a formula basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And a lot of people come to me and ask about any advice on growing your page, and I just tell them the same thing: just be consistently posting every day, and to provide some sort of value. Because if you're just posting a photo with no value, sure, if you're a really hot girl or a super shredded famous dude, you don't have to write a caption. You don't, but you need to share your personality in order to gain some sort of traction.
Just being yourself. I think don't fake anything. Just be yourself and just post whatever you want, caption whatever you want. Yeah. Just be yourself in the end.
It's the only way to be original.
If you're gonna have a good enough physique, go go out, get smashed all the time, do whatever, but then make a post every 2 days being this motivational influencer fella that's oh my god, keep your head up, go to the gym, smash the weights and diet.
Doesn't really line up.
There's no point of doing that, I think, for myself, if you're going out, share that as well, I had a shit day for the past week, I was just don't even share it, just be yourself, don't try to, put something on that you're not.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And if you find you're not, posting anything, then that's just, it's not for you, I guess. If you just don't post, and you never feel like posting, then it's just not for you. Don't force it,
Yeah, exactly.
Focus on what you want to do, basically. Because I love Instagram and I love sharing things and making things. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now if I didn't
going out, spending all that time taking pictures
and spending money on microphones and doing all this stuff. I wouldn't be doing it if I was just in it for popularity.
Yeah, exactly. No, you do have to enjoy it at the same time as well.
Who knows? At the end of the day, it's all just random.
It's just life at the end.
Same with YouTube. YouTube is...
Yeah, no, YouTube is just another level. It's a lot harder. Yeah. It's just you can't compare that to Instagram because... Yeah.
You really, really have to share on YouTube, who you are,
Oh yeah, but it takes a lot more work to be...
To put up a YouTube
video to then just put up a photo for yourself, especially having a good physique and stuff, you can just throw up a selfie and there you go. But making a 10-minute vlog or making a video on a topic and putting all that work into it takes a lot more time.
Yeah. And it hurts even more when nobody watches. And it hurts even more when nobody watches it. Because getting no likes on a photo is one thing, but getting no views or comments on a video is even even more annoying. You know?
No, but this time we just have to accept it and push through and hope for the best.
Yeah, I'm hoping this podcast gain some traction. I hope people enjoy listening to it, because I find myself just listening to people talk on YouTube all the time. Most of the videos that I watch on YouTube at the moment are podcasts, which is bizarre because they're actually based on sound, like not video. But the ones that do film their podcasts, I'm always watching them.
Yeah.
And it's something that you can just like absorb other people's points of view, and like it kind of makes your point of view more like developed about things.
But even just like listening to someone's outlook on life, or like
that's what I love
their
doing.
approach to something,
because
like,
it's relatable, and it makes you realize like, oh, I'm not the only person who thinks that, or like I'm not the only, you know. So I hope that if you're listening to this, wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever time it is of the day that you're listening to us, if you're going to bed, I hope you have a nice sleep after this. But like, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you are interested in the topics that we speak about. If
you're smashing along as cardio,
if you're getting through some cardio, get through that. I know how you feel. Well, yeah, like I hope you enjoy it, because I put a lot of effort into getting this set up.
Yeah.
But more than that, I just really enjoy making these kind of things, so I hope you enjoy listening. That feels like a natural like stopping point. But yeah, that was really fun. Thanks for being on. We're going to do another one soon.
Definitely. You actually enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Coming up to this, like, oh, what will we talk about? I'm not interested at all.
That's the thing.
But once you get going, me and Matt just get a conversation out of it.
You forget the cameras are there, but you kind of know they're there.
No, you actually do forget in a way.
No, it's fun. Anyway,
once the conversation gets you into it, you just keep going.
Sure, Patryk and I are always shooting the shit and like always doing things together, so we'll do this again the next time we have some free time. I'm going to Amsterdam in a few days, so the next podcast will be filmed. The next podcast will happen, don't worry, nothing's going to happen to me. I'll get home safely, but the next podcast won't be recorded until after that. But I hope you enjoyed the first 2 podcasts that I've uploaded. I'm hoping to have these on Apple and Soundcloud and YouTube all at the same time, so wherever you are, whatever device you're on, you can tune in and listen to me and talk to me. So yeah, thanks for being on, and catch you in the next one.
Peace.